Good morning. It's a powder day. It is winter wonderland back out here. I'm up in Beaver Creek and we have a great show coming for you. It is the weekend. Lots going on. Lots already happened. It was a big Friday yesterday, but another 2 days to look forward to. And let me tell you, this snow is beautiful. So more of that very soon. Vail Valley Live starts right now.
Good morning. This is Heather Blackman coming to you from the beautiful Grand Hyatt studio. Nice and warm, although it's actually nice and warm outside. I think we'll hear that a little bit from Meredith with all that snow. We've got Meredith out there at Beaver Creek. We have Leah in the studio as our producer, and we are so excited to be coming to you live this Saturday, March 11th. Powder days are my favorite, so it's going to be a really awesome weekend. I can't wait to get out there myself. I hope you guys are grabbing your cup of coffee, and we'll hear about all the stuff that's going to go on, and then you can start to layer up and get out the door for those lifts opening at 8:30. So we've got so much to share with you this weekend, but let's get started with a little bit of weather so you can see those beautiful snowy temperatures and all that powder that we've got overnight. This is brought to you by the outlets at Silverthorne. Great place to get some shopping done if you don't want to hit the slopes today. So let's take a look at that weather. So right now, 21 at Beaver Creek, 20 at Vail. I will tell you, as I was sweeping the snow off of my car this morning, it was a balmy 30 kind of down in Edwards. So it's a really nice, warm morning, even with all of this snow. And it's going to be getting up to 37. So crazy to have such a beautiful powder day with nice, warm temperatures. We're going to have another couple of inches of snow throughout the day. It looked like to me about before 11 a.m. is when we'll see most of that coming down. But get out there and enjoy it. As we look a little bit at the conditions and the snow list, or actually the rest of this week first before, can you tell I'm excited about the snow? So kind of looking into tomorrow, we'll still have these warm temps. 36 tomorrow, lows only 22, and we should have a little bit more snow in the forecast tomorrow as well. Then it gets a little bit warmer going into the week, highs in the 40s, going up to the mid 40s on Tuesday and even Wednesday. So definitely some warmer temps. Lows are a little bit cooler, so in the high teens for that rest of the week. But we're starting to see that trend, that spring snow conditions definitely coming in as we go to the week. Now looking at the snow, we have 8 inches of new snow overnight at Beaver Creek, 9 inches at Vail. Huge powder day, super exciting. Make sure you get out there early if you are a powder hound like I am. And then we'll still see these refills the next couple of days. So 2 inches, 3 inches, 2 inches. So love to see this happen. Hopefully this will really come to be. So then another 9 inches over the next 5 days on top of the 8 we just got at Beaver Creek. Another 8 inches in the forecast over the next 5 days on top of those 9 inches at Vail. So this is going to be a really great week. And then looking ahead, that pattern's going to continue. So another 12 inches in the forecast a little bit further out. Never know how that'll actually develop, but we can still be excited and hopeful that that is the case. So lots of this snow to look forward to. I think we're back in a little bit of a snowy pattern, which is amazing. It is definitely not spring here yet. We get to enjoy all of this wonderful snow. Remember, you can always, wherever you're watching us right now, make sure if you're on Facebook, you hit that like button. If you are watching us on YouTube, hit subscribe. Great way to get notified about us every single morning as we go live. Or, of course, you can watch us on cable, channel 17, Outside TV, if you're in the local valley. And lots of ways to make sure that you stay up to date with everything that's going on. So now let's head back out, check out with Meredith, see how the temperature's actually feeling. I know she's enjoying standing in that nice snowy area. What's it feel like, Meredith?
It's beautiful. You don't have to cringe at all. Like, it is just, even without a mitten on, it's really delightful. And it's really going to heat up today. So this is a nice powder day, not going to lie. But we already have some people headed up on the mountain. It is First Tracks today. So this is a program part of the Vail Valley Foundation. And so people are headed up. And so they are lucky. They're going to get those really fresh tracks. But if you know the secret spots on both Vail and Beaver Creek, everyone will find a little powder. if you really hunt for it.
Absolutely. And I think with that amount, I tend to find that even if you don't hit first chair, you don't hit first tracks, there's still plenty to play in. If you're somebody who likes to ski in the trees, that'll be nice all day, I would guess. And like you said, finding those little secret spots. And even the sides of the runs, when I'm kind of taking somebody on the mountain for the first time, that's always my little hint, is the middle of the run will start to get tracked out first. But if you head to the edges, you can always find more powder that will stay much longer throughout the day. So another little tip to kind of help you get the most out of the snow.
Absolutely. Yeah. Powder's not for everybody, but the mountain did need a little bit more snow. It was feeling a little bit hard packed, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
now this will just soften everything up, and even the groomers with that fresh snow, it just, you cut through it a lot better. But you can see the mountain looks so gorgeous with the snow on the trees. There's very light pockets of blue sky, but for the most part, conditions are overcast right now.
Yep.
And the roads weren't too bad. So if you are preparing to get on the road and head to the mountain, know that the plows have done a really good job at clearing out our main roads. If you're on a unique neighborhood road, that might not be plowed. I know the parking lot that I was in wasn't plowed, so it was a little bit grippy and hard to get through the snow. But for the most part, roads are decent right now. It was moving pretty slow yesterday and last night. So it's always a good reminder to slow down once a storm blows through. And we are expecting to see a little bit more snow. So take your time, but stay in control.
Yeah, absolutely. I know I had to dig my car out I parked outside last night, and like you said, maybe even a little extra time for that, because I probably could have given myself an extra 5 or 10 minutes this morning, because it was heavy snow, so it was pretty thick. My windshield wipers weren't doing anything quite yet. Really had to kind of unpack all of that. So if you parked outside, just give yourself a little extra time to sweep off that heavy snow.
Yeah, it is heavy. Sometimes it's really light dusting and you can just brush it off, but
Yeah.
it took me a good 6 minutes, maybe even 10 minutes to clear my car out as well this morning. So it's always about being early for days like these, like
Yes.
being prepared, making sure you have everything. But in terms of your clothes for today, you're not going to have to wear your biggest, warmest parka and the balaclava. It's still going to be a little bit chilly, and there's a lot of wet snow out. So a shell would be really good for today. And I always am a favor of a neck gaiter to
Yes.
cover your face, especially when you're going down fast or on the chairlift. It can get a little bit intense on your face. But yeah, don't layer too much, because like you said, the high is going to be 37 today. So that can feel even like 40 degrees.
Yeah,
It's warm
absolutely.
up there.
I think that's great advice. That shell, that's definitely what I would reach for today, and kind of lighter layers underneath if you have that option. I think that's fantastic advice. And maybe you don't even need the hand warmers and toe warmers today, but I agree, making sure you can cover your face. On the lifts is where that always gets me. Even if I use it no other place, while you're sitting there and you're up a little bit higher, you always get a little bit of extra wind. I think that's always a nice time to be able to cover things up and stay nice and warm.
Definitely. And of course, there's always the gondola option. We have one gondola here. Well, this is really the chondola. So you're going to have chair, gondola. And so there's two different lines. This is the regular line where everyone will line up to get on the chairlift. And then over here on this side of Centennial, that's where you'll get in line for the gondola, which is always nice to warm up, maybe check your phone and coordinate with friends if needed. And then over at Vail, we have two gondolas, one in Lion's Head and then one in Vail Village. And I'm sure that there'll be a decent line over in Vail too.
I think you're absolutely right. Definitely going to be one of those days that maybe be a little bit more patient. I think everyone's going to want to get out and enjoy this snow today. So I bet crowds are going to be a little bit more, even for a weekend, just with all of that fresh snow. So just, put on a little bit of a happy face. Remember that a smile goes a long way even when you're frustrated. And so just kind of taking that time and enjoying the beautiful scenery around you, as opposed to being maybe in as much of a hurry as you might be.
Kindness goes a long way. A smile goes a long way. The season is a long time for these employees that work here, and they are working so hard, sometimes with not enough people on their team. So tipping your your guest workers, your ski instructors being nice. It really does go a long way. But it's true. Spring breakers are here, so the crowds are here. You can see that, in the parking structures on the roads,
Yeah.
out in town. Pretty busy. I was out there in Vail Village for a little bit last night, and I was like, "Yep, it's spring break." So keep that in mind. But you know what? It's good energy. We love having town busy here.
Absolutely. Well, let's head out to a commercial, and then we'll be back to talk about some of the activities that are going on this weekend outside of the snow and on the snow, so that you'll be prepared. And we'll be right back with Vail Valley Live.
Join us every Tuesday at 6 p.m. and watch Vail Valley Latino. Our goal is to elevate the voices of the Latino community in the Eagle River Valley and provide a platform to speak with local businesses, organizations, entrepreneurs, creatives, and much more. Find the show on Facebook, YouTube, and Outside Television Channel 17. We are Vail Valley Latino.
Welcome back to Vail Valley Live on this wonderful, powdery, snowy day. We're going to get ourselves started here with some headlines so that you know what's going on. Remember, you can always grab your Vail Daily at boxes around town. Free paper, lots of information. But let's let you know what some of the highlights are from today's paper. So taking a look at that cover page, you'll see Schifrin ties Stenmark's mark. So this is her taking in a moment at the finish area of Friday's World Cup Giant Slalom race, where she won her first World Cup race on the same course a decade ago. How cool is that? So she claimed her record-tying 86th World Cup win yesterday with a brilliant giant slalom to match the overall record set 34 years ago. So really exciting and amazing stuff. Congratulations to our hometown skier. We're so proud of you. It's so fun to see your journey so far, and so much more to go. And then we'll kind of look at that top headline that Berlaymont Road gets the okay. And this story continues over on A3. And this has been a controversial project. And the Forest Service just approved this road on Friday, issuing a final decision on the access proposal for Berlaymont. So the proposal has been roughly 15 years in the making, with much of the controversy revolving around the construction of a road into the project. So if you live in the area or you're interested to learn more about this one, check out the full story with a lot of information starting on page A3. Then in our local and regional section, Golden Years, this is the former jeweler Paul Godeff is discovering the beauty of chasing athletic goals at 70. I love this story. I think that that number is just that. It doesn't mean anything, and I think Paul is proving this with all that he is doing. He is now chasing athletic goals into his 8th decade, appropriately realizing the best metaphor for his love of sports is a diamond. So he has raced his first ever Leadville 100 in '94, and he completed his 13th career Leadville 100 this fall. And if you don't know a lot about this race, I think you'll hear more about this in the story. It is an amazing accomplishment, an extremely long and a tough race at a very high elevation. So really awesome to hear a little bit more about his story and be inspired by that. And then kind of coming back to Schifrin in our sports and outdoors section, the legendary Swedish skier Ingmar Stenmark won his 86th and final World Cup race in Aspen, Colorado back in '89. And on Friday, Colorado's greatest skier and maybe athlete claimed her 86th career win cup in Åre, Sweden. Everything has come full circle. So huge congratulations to Michaela. Just seeing such gorgeous pictures, so much more to go in this story. So check this out on A29. And then this is a really fun story. You guys know our producer in the studio today is Leah, and her mom is the coach of the Vail Christian girls soccer team who won their first game of the 22-23 season. So coming off a 0-9 season, which only included 3 goals, she is the new soccer coach, Andrea Juskaitis. I think that's how I say it. Coach J. We're going to go with that. That's apparently what she's called. She had a pretty straightforward message for her athletes going into 2023, take shots. My whole focus for the year, she says, is to have these girls experience the confidence of what it's like to take shots and score goals. It's safe to say that after Thursday's 10-0 season opening win at the Lotus School for Excellence, the Saints are headed in a new direction. So congratulations, such a fun story, and I love that guidance for the kids. Then moving over to arts and entertainment, Marco's Pizza, fresh new look. So things look a little different at Marco's, but it's the same ownership. Just an awesome update. So you'll see freshly painted walls, bricked counters and walls, new art, and a cleaner, more contemporary, slightly dramatic, massive facelift the Locals joint recently received, but it's the same classic pizza and pasta restaurant, buzzing with regulars, starting with lunch and straight through until dinner. So check out more about this awesome pizza spot, maybe a good spot to maybe check out this weekend while you're enjoying the snow, maybe refueling. This could be a good option. And then finally, I love this section in the paper. If you want to be featured on that hashtag Vail Live spot at the top of this page, just make sure you hashtag this on any Instagram posts that you post around the Valley, and you'll see things like that big photo on the left, close and hard-fought battle. All the girls crushed Lover's Leap today, but in the end, only one could end up at first, and Ziva got it today. So congratulations to her. Love seeing these fun, smiley, snowy faces this time of year with that hashtag. And then at the bottom in Town Talk, this is where you can actually email a photo in to towntalk@vaildaily.com and maybe get your photo and your caption featured on this page. So things like the Park City 2022 trip, you'll see Vail Opera ski instructors return to Park City to raise money for cancer research. So great way to get your story featured in the paper. Always fun to kind of see that. Even in this digital age, it's neat to be in the paper. So that is our headlines for today. Let's check out our traffic cams. They've been a little snowy today, so let's see if we can actually see it. Meredith mentioned it, that there's definitely snowier conditions with all this new snow on the roads, but the highways have been really well plowed. Just take it slow, especially as you're going today, maybe a little extra time, making sure you leave space to whoever is in front of you, and especially on the exit ramps. I know that I saw a few exit ramps that were still pretty deep with snow, so take your time. Just know you want to have those good snow tires on, making sure you're giving yourself some extra space to allow that to happen. Are the traffic cams something we want to show today, or maybe that we don't have anything to show?
Yeah, maybe one.
The traffic cams are snowed out. So just know that you want to keep that slower speed and take it easy. But thankfully, so here we got a little bit. You can see that snow packing down on the roads. So take some time. Don't be in a rush this morning. Give yourself some extra space. And again, those entrance ramps, exit ramps, surface streets are going to be a little bit less plowed potentially if it's not one of those main roads. So just taking it a little easy. Let's head back out to Meredith and see where she's headed to at Beaver Creek and what we're seeing there. Okay, where are you? I actually am not sure.
Well, this gives you a clue about how
go.
much snow there is. So we got a
Wow.
nice car example right here. We have an event coming up with the Toyota, but before I get to that, there is some breaking news that I must share with everybody. And this is really in the past hour. And so we have our cover story about Michaela Schifrin tying Ingegar Stenmark's record. But hey, she just took the new record this
Wow.
morning. She won the slalom in Sweden, so she
Oh.
is the new record holder. This is a huge morning for Michaela.
Oh my gosh, that is so amazing. Awesome breaking news. Thank you for bringing that up. That is incredible. I mean, I knew it was going to happen. It was just a matter of time, but wow, one day after tying the record, now she's the record holder. That is just incredible. So excited for her.
It's so incredible. She's only 27 and she's done this. It's just unbelievable. And so this record was set in 1989. So it's been held for 34 years and she's taking claim. 87 wins, so she's now the most successful ski racer in the Alpine World Cup history. And she's our hometown hero. She started training here. This is just absolutely incredible. So you can read more. The whole internet will be singing today.
Yes.
And she is going to be competing in the finals for the World Cup in Andorra. And she's expected to race in the slalom, giant slalom, and Super G. So she is just the most decadent ski racer out there, and we can't be more proud. So we are singing over here from Vail all the way over to Europe to her. So congratulations. Big news here.
Oh my gosh. And I'm so glad you brought up how long this record has stood, because she's almost making this look easy, right? The way she's just crushing through it. And for something that's been standing for 34 years, and that's just incredible. I just think it's such an amazing testament to her athletic ability. It's just, I don't know, speechless is maybe the right way to say that.
Absolutely. And that's why we're so lucky, us kids, to be born and raised here. It really lends to hopefully becoming an Olympian, because we have it in our backyard. Like the most incredible ski conditions, ski mountains. The World Cup comes to Beaver Creek here. So we are just blessed with what is in our backyard. And speaking of ski racing, the Toyota Race Week is here this weekend. So this is why I actually came to this demonstration. And there's going to be open ski racing for really all people of ages, but it's very family fun, and it's open and complimentary to skier and riders. And there's going to be a DJ playing music up there. There's going to be prizes. So this is happening both today and tomorrow, and this is just right in the middle of Centennial. So when you're riding up the chairlift, you'll see this race course. So really easy to find, and maybe give it a shot. See how it feels to race from gate to gate in honor of Michaela today.
Yeah, you can just pretend that you have that ability and kind of, imagine yourself in her shoes riding down this slope. It'll also, that means as well as when you're riding up the chairlift there, you're going to get to enjoy all that music and the fun atmosphere, even if you don't race. But I think that's so much fun to get to just test it out, right? And just see what that might feel like. Just give yourself a little bit of a taste of that.
Definitely. And you mentioned live music. The Après live music series is back. And so you're going to catch live music in Vail Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's kind of the end of the week, and it's a après vibe. So it's going to be on International Bridge, and then in Lion's Head, it's at that bus stop. And from 3 to 6, you're going to be able to hear live music and just feel that fun energy when you get off the mountain. So let your ears guide you, find the music, and just kind of enjoy. Keep it warm. It's always fun to groove it out on an après. And there's a lot of different restaurants around town, both here and Beaver Creek, to go enjoy a little snack, some beverages, and just soak in the day. I mean, the ski day is almost incomplete without après. So we're big fans of après here.
Absolutely. No, I love that. And something maybe a little different you could do for après. Have you seen that at Eagle Ranch there is country western dance with instruction and live band happening tonight? So a little bit of a drive, just heading over to Eagle Ranch in Wolcott. But that would be another really fun way to kind of end the day. So you warm the legs up with skiing during the day, and maybe then change into some boots and learn a little bit of country western dance. So this sounds like a really fun thing. So you get to learn from 6 to 7. So if you have no idea how to do country dancing, that is completely okay. You get to learn that for that first hour. And then the Walker Williams Band actually then plays from 7 to 10. So you can put to use everything you just learned. It's just a $15 cover charge for adults, 15 and over. $10 for kids, and they will have food and drinks. Just sounds like a kind of a fun way to do something a little bit different for après. If maybe you're looking for, instead of grabbing your food and drink and sitting down, how about grabbing your food and drink and then burning off some energy and putting those moves to use?
So fun. I would be so into this, and it's really nice just to get out of your typical scenery and like go over to the Wolcott area and see the ranch. So much fun. So I would highly suggest this if you don't have plans tonight. This would be so fun.
Yeah, I'm with you. And it's a beautiful drive over there. So especially as long as you've got good four-wheel drive on your cars, it's a really nice little twisty road to get up there, and there's no one there. So it's kind of a fun way to see a different part of Vail Valley than what you might be used to.
Definitely.
Couple other events if you don't
This is
wanna...
also so fun, Heather.
Yeah.
I have to point out, they just lit up the fireplace, and it's
Yes.
literally melting all of the snow right now. It was a whole pile of snow. How funny is that?
Oh, that's really cool. So they just lit it kind of and it burned through the snow?
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
It gives you a good idea on how much snow we got.
Yes. I love those fire pits all around because if you start to get a little bit chilly, they're quite warm and you can warm right back up when you stand around that. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for pointing that out. That's
And
amazing.
these couches are always iconic, too, in Beaver Creek. They're so comfortable. I've fallen asleep many a times on these couches.
They are quite comfy. Maybe sweeping off a little bit of the snow first, unless you want to wake up a little bit damp as well.
Right?
Oh, that looks so cozy. So a couple other things going on if you don't want to ski today. So maybe you're not a powder skier. Just like you said, not everybody is into that, and maybe they want to wait until there's a little bit more grooming that's been done. There's also a guided snowshoe tour happening today from 10:30 to 12 at the Nature Discovery Center in Vail. So another really great option. It's free, so free is always kind of a fun price. And that way you get to go with a naturalist from the Nature Center. You'll go through the forest at the top of Vail Mountain, learning about ecology, animal adaptations, and see all these beautiful snowy views. So, hey, you can get out and see the snow even if skiing is not your thing today. And I love snowshoeing through stuff
Definitely.
like this. I don't know if you've done that recently this year.
Me too. I love it too, and it's a really good workout, which we love. Like, we love being active here. We love earning the drink, earning the big meal at the end of the day. It's a great way to burn some calories, but also just soak in the views. Sometimes when you're just driving around or even skiing, you're going so fast that it's hard to actually take the time and look around and smell the roses. So it's always a nice time to just slow down and enjoy the scenery, but get a good workout.
Absolutely. This is actually something I'm planning. My parents are coming back out the last full weekend of March. So I think that's a couple weekends, or maybe that's just next weekend. And snowshoeing's what I'm planning to take my mom to do. So seriously, you can still come to the valley and enjoy all of our beautiful stuff here, even if you don't ski. So I'm excited to kind of show her some other options. And if you want a little peek into what all this snow that we're talking about, we do have an awesome video from On the Hill that'll show you a little bit of ride along and experience this beautiful snow that we have. So let's roll that right now.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Sean Naylor. You're watching Vail Dailies on the Hill, and it is March 9, 2023. It is a sunny, beautiful day out here in Arrowhead, and usually, us on the Hill correspondents, we don't like to go to the same place twice in a season. However, today is a special occasion because if you remember about a month ago, I was out here doing a video and I had a reader reach out and a viewer say, hey man, that glade that you were on out there in Arrowhead, that's named after me. So I'm gonna go meet up with this mysterious character, hear his story, and do a lap with him on what is evidently his namesake run. And now we are out here on the Arrowhead chairlift with the man himself, Mr. Dan Gallagher. Dan, thank you for joining today.
Thank you for coming.
All right, and you know, this is a very special day because I was explaining to the viewers earlier, we don't usually do On the Hills in the same place twice every year. It's kind of a rule. We're breaking that rule today because you reached out to me after that Arrowhead segment and you're like, hey, you know that glade that you were on? That was named after me. So
I'm so happy to finally meet you in person because this is so cool. We get to meet the namesake of this run, and in the meantime, while we're riding up here, I want to hear your story, Dan. So, what brought you to Beaver Creek in the first place?
Well, we were late to becoming ski bums. We got married early and had children early, so we had to work a good bit. But when we retired, we came here about 17 years ago. We were only here 6 months a year. We do ski season and kind of summer, early fall.
Okay.
And then we go back to Florida and bike, so it's the best of both worlds for us.
Active lifestyle year-round. So, are you originally from Florida then?
Yeah.
Nice. And so how did you come about to meet Gary?
Well, you know, I as many others, are very involved in this Arrowhead Association here. And I kind of was on one of the committees that worked with mountain operations. We've done a lot of trail building in cooperation with Vail Resorts, and we're always trying to see ways we can try to enhance the mountain, at least our little piece of the mountain. And so in the course of that, where Gallagher Glade is right now, the boundary used to be right next to the catwalk. And I'd go up every year and I'd ask Gary, what about, you know, moving that rope back? And he'd say, okay, I'll look at it. I'll get the ski patrol to look at it. And then come summer, nothing would happen. And then I'd go back and next summer, and then third summer, say, yeah, you know, they looked at it. They think, yeah, it'd be kind of fun. It'd be good. We probably can do that. And I go next summer and nothing happened. I said, oh, this year for sure. And then one year it finally happened. And in the course of it, he says, you know, if I do this, I might actually name it after you. It was such a joke. I mean, so it was a real surprise because we have done this little Arrowhead specific map to make it easier for our residents here. And so Jerry Hensel, who runs the association for Vail Resorts here, he brings me the new map and he says, look at the map, Dan, look at the map. And I look at the map, you know, and then he said, no, look at the winter side. I went, okay. He said he had to finally point it out, and I said, I just couldn't believe it. I mean, it was, honestly, it's just a monument, I think, to being a pain in the butt. So that's the short, long and short of the whole story.
And being able to find good powder stashes.
Yeah,
it's a testament to that too.
It was funny. I was on a lift over in Bachelor Gulch, and a young guy, a lifty, was having his day off, and he said, boy, there's this glade over here in Arrowhead. There's always powder, and it just never fail. And he says, yeah, it's called Gallagher Glade or something. And I wasn't going to say anything. And my wife was next to me. I was just saying, okay, what is he going to bite or not? And then finally I did. It says, yeah, by chance and coincidence, it was named for me. And he just cracked up. He said, I'm going to tell all my buddies, we're going to go over there the next day or two when we have a day off. So it's a fun, but you know, without a doubt, Gary was the guy on this mountain, and it's just tough to have lost him. But and I just knew him for a few years, so all the people who grew up with him here, it's just such a loss. But anyway, he did so much. He was very, very kind to Arrowhead over all the years. So
he was very well loved. You know, and earlier this year we had the dedication of Gary's run, the former double diamond run up on the front face.
Yeah, it's fabulous to have done that. I think I'd love it the way he's got Gary, Addie, because I think, yeah, Addie was Gary's boss, right, originally. And so there's a nice circle to that in a way. So.
Absolutely, and you know, it just speaks to Gary how well loved he was, because you know, they're just reminders of him all over this mountain. And you know, to come all the way out here on this far edge of Arrowhead and to have you tell me that Gary was the guy who wrote that name down after you were a pain in his butt for an extensive amount of time.
But he had such a great laugh. He was quite a guy.
How you feel?
We'll see how this goes.
We'll see how this goes.
Snow's a little sticky for me, but we'll see.
We'll see. All right. Let's go for it. All right. Woo! Yeah, buddy. That was awesome.
That's my worst run for it.
We got it all on Oh, that was great. Alright, Joe. This has been a blast, and that one's for you, Gary. This is Sean Dale, Vail Daily. We have Shane Gallagher right there. And we want to thank you for watching On the Hill.
Hi, I'm Peggy Ziegler, fashion guru and stylist for the outlets at Silverthorne. I'm here to share with you an amazing place called the Colorado Welcome Center. We've got fabulous brochures on all the nearby places and towns and things to do right here while you're in Summit County and visiting the outlets at Silverthorne. And of course, pick up your Elite Savings Card booklet, offering you fabulous discounts and a rewards program too. See you soon.
Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery is kind of a one-stop shop. We have everything in-house.
We have cast techs, MRI machines, x-ray of course right at the clinic, physical therapy right at our clinic.
I'm going to get to the bottom of what your diagnosis is with all the resources we have, and that's what we do.
You active.
Welcome back to Vail Valley Live. Let's check out that weather one more time. Sponsored today by our Vail Summit and Orthopedics, just to make sure you are prepared for the beautiful weather that we are having. So today, starting out nice and warm. I know that sounds weird sometimes to say, but it's the 20s and it feels lovely out there. Meredith let us know. So 21 right now at Beaver Creek, 20 at Vail, and it's going to be getting up nice and warm throughout the day. 37 degrees, maybe a little bit of snow showers up until about 11 is what I'm seeing. So overcast skies, maybe we'll see a little bit of that snow coming down. So just make sure you grab those goggles that give you a little bit more visibility. Looking out throughout the upcoming week, it's going to get a little bit warmer. So tomorrow up to 36 degrees. Still maybe some snow showers in there. Low only down to 22. And then we're going to hit the 40s. So out from Monday through Wednesday, starting out Monday in the 40s. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, we're actually up to 45. So maybe a little dusting of snow, which we'll see in just a second each of these days. But it's going to be nice and warm. Maybe a little bit of sun peeking through on Tuesday. Before we come back a little bit to those stormy skies on Wednesday. So taking a look at that snow, we have a powder day today, 8 inches overnight at Beaver Creek, 9 inches at Vail, and then we're going to see the snow pattern continue for the next couple of days. Little 2 and 3 inch refills for the next 5 days. It'll add up hopefully to about 9 inches. And then as we look a little further out, there's a nice little bump in the snow, hopefully on this upcoming Thursday. We'll see how that evolves as these days get a little bit closer, but another foot of snow in the forecast. So I'm hoping to see that this snowy pattern really plays out. We had a little break in the snow, and I love to see this coming back. So lots of snow to look forward to. We still have plenty of that winter weather, even as we start to head into spring. And remember, you can always find us here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Facebook, click that like. Both of those channels can then notify you when we go live, so you never miss a show. And then as well, you can check with us on Channel 17, Outside TV. And remember, when you're watching us live, you actually can leave a comment, interact with us. There's been some really great comment chat going on today. A lot of it in support of Michaela's awesome win that Meredith broke to us. So Alpine Holiday Services Vail said, don't want to spoil, but check the latest of our homegrown Michaela. So really let us know even before we got to say it. So you guys are awesome out there. Over on Facebook, Dave Hale, way to go, Michaela. Quite the accomplishment. so excited for her seeing this. And then Rex Blease, don't forget that she breaks the record earlier today. So you guys are on it. Thanks for chiming in. It's always great to hear a little bit from you. And then Trisha also, way to go, Leah's mom, Coach Jay. So really awesome. That was that soccer win that we read about in the headlines earlier today. So make sure that you leave your own comment. Let us know where you're watching from, anything you want to hear about. I'll kind of check back in throughout the day. It's a really fun way to make this show even more interactive when you join us live. So let's head back out to Meredith, see where she is now over at Beaver Creek. Hey, Meredith, I love that Mexican food.
I know. This is one of my favorite opera spots in Beaver Creek. It's irresistible. I love their enchiladas to die for. Even their nachos are really good.
Yeah.
And they have some pretty famous margs, too.
Yes.
But speaking of chat, I saw Rodney Travis's chat. He wanted to see the new updated to-go window. So Coyote Cafe just underwent a renovation. And so obviously everyone recognizes this. This has been around for so long. But they did a whole renovation inside and then also this outdoor patio. So they have a nice garage window where they can put up and kind of make it an indoor-outdoor vibe. And then over here is the window that you can just easily order. You don't even have to go inside. Pick up an order, a drink, some food. Here it is, the little takeaway window.
Awesome.
Nice and convenient. And then you could just bring it right back on over out here to the patio. And just up those escalators is the mountain. So really convenient getting off the hill. And maybe you're in ski boots and you don't really want to walk too far. Coyote Cafe is definitely a good option.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And right around the corner is my favorite place to park if I get there early enough because you're so close to everything. But I bet that thing is probably close to full already and the mountain hasn't even opened. That's a guess on my part, but I just know on these powder days how quickly parking starts to fill up. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost full already, and especially with First Tracks today. As you saw, we already had a line at 7:30.
Yeah.
It's busy. I mean, I love mornings like this where people are up at the same time as we are and getting ready for the hill. I've been seeing so many people, just really good energy, ready for the powder day. So early bird gets the worm, people.
That's right. Now, Meredith, I heard that you went to a fun celebration watching Shark Tank last night. Tell us about that.
Oh my gosh. Well, if you tuned into yesterday's show, you know that we were... Sorry, I'm going to try to fix my camera. There you go. If you watched yesterday or leading up to yesterday, Ken Hovey finally announced that his company, Get Flated, got on Shark Tank, and they finally made their debut episode last night. It aired for the first time. And so we all gathered at El Segundo down in Eagle with his close family and friends, and the whole bar was cheering him on every time we saw his face. And we watched his whole segment debut, and it was just so exciting to see them pitch. So basically, they took the materials of what they used for paddle boards, like blow up inflatable paddle boards, and they reinvented it and made it for truck toppers and storage on top of cars. They made it for truck beds, so you can make like an inflatable pop-up bed for camping. Some dog kennels, like they've gotten really unique on some of their designs.
Yeah.
They did announce 80% of their sales are truck toppers, so that's what people are really into, but also the storage on top of the car. And it's so cool because then you can deflate it, roll it up, and put it in a backpack. It's not just, collecting dust in the garage. So it's very unique, and that is why it captured the attention of Shark Tank. And so they got on the show and they got a deal. It's so exciting.
That is so cool. This is such a cool product too. I saw the interview, I think it was yesterday or maybe earlier in the week with Trisha, and I was just like, what a fantastic idea. So I am not surprised they got funded. I would have been shocked if they didn't, because this is brilliant. And with our little storage around here, like it's hard to find space for all the stuff that we all do, right, in our outdoor activities. And I loved how small it got. Really cool.
I know, it's really iconic, and we're used to blowing up paddle boards out here, and the outdoors world and paddleboarding is only growing. So I think it's really cool that they patent that material for a completely different use. You can see that was how easy he blew up a truck topper. So really cool. If I remember correctly, it was Shark Raymond who gave him the deal, and I think it was $350,000 for 7%. So go on and check out the episode and support our co-host Ken Hovey right there. We are just so proud of him. He's captured the world, and I mean, last night he was saying my phone is blowing up. They did so much in sales last night. Even if you don't get a deal on Shark Tank, the marketing is just incredible and priceless. So there it is. We were Leah, who is producing the show right now, and of course our main host Trisha Swenson. We were all there supporting. Big smiles yesterday, and that was actually my first time seeing El Segundo down in Eagle, so that was also cool.
Yeah, I haven't been down there yet, but I have heard nothing but great things, and it's wonderful to have brought something kind of new to the Eagle community, where you get to get some excellent food while you're down there. What a cool location to host that watch party. Awesome to see. Just so excited for Ken. What a cool product, and amazing that he's starting to get that exposure. It reminds me, I used to be a Jeep person until the last couple of weeks, and so it's kind of like allowing you to have that like convertible option for your car, right? Where you can take it and make, have it that topper, have that extra storage, and be able to kind of put it away, which is something I'm used to kind of in the Jeep world with all that stuff. But bringing that to, you know, a different application across so many different vehicles, just what a cool idea. So congratulations, Ken. We're all extremely proud of you and excited for you. And go check it out if this is something that would help you, because I just think this is an amazing product to have been featured. So.
Yes, and let it inspire you that you can do it. You know, our friend just did it. You have so many ideas, but then you got to execute on one, and you never know where it'll take you. So I think it's an inspiration for the person with the big ideas or the entrepreneur. Go out and just do it. So congrats, Ken. We're so proud.
So awesome. Well, since you're at Beaver Creek, just maybe a little bit plug for the upcoming Valar shows. It's one of my favorite places to go this time of year to see so many different types of cultural events. We'll have music, we'll have Broadway shows, like tomorrow Legally Blonde is actually coming. And I think this one's getting close to selling out, but how fun to see a Broadway show here in Beaver Creek. It's kind of like underneath where you are right now, a little bit further down, underneath our ice rink. But how cool that just right here you get to see this musical come to life. So, it is sold out now. When I looked earlier, it was not. So this one's sold out. So hopefully you got your tickets if you were looking for that. And then coming up next week, we've got Croce Plays Croce. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. So another really awesome music event. And Trisha actually was able to interview AJ a little bit earlier. And so we can check that out and learn a little bit more about this event next week. I don't know if Leah...
Joining us now, we have AJ Croce. He will be at the Valar Performing Arts Center on Wednesday, March 15th. It's the Croce Plays Croce show. So we're excited to have him on the show right now. We're bringing him in, and you're calling in all the way from Nashville. Welcome.
I am. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. How long have you lived in Nashville?
About 15 years.
Okay. Yeah, what a great place. You know, musically, I mean, that is such the hub place to be, not only for country music, but lots of different genres. So, yeah, I can imagine you love it there. But let's talk about the upcoming performance at the Valar Performing Arts Center in Beaver Creek. It's quite a gem of a theater. Now, have you played here before?
Played all over Colorado, but not there yet. This is the first.
Okay, well, you're going to be treated to, it's a nice intimate theater, horseshoe shaped, very nice for the crowd to get some interaction with you. And will they be able to, tell us how the show is going to run?
Well, I like to leave it a little to chance. You know, there needs to be a fair amount of improvisation in every show. And I have a song list, but not necessarily a set list.
Okay.
And so I'll play all the hits, but besides that, it's up in the air. You know, this show is really about the connection that I have with my father, his music, and the music that really connects us.
So just kind of that legacy and that legendary music helped you live on. And I understand that there was some songs written for you, "Time in a Bottle" being one of them. So
Yeah.
what does that mean to you?
Well, what does it mean to anyone to have a song written about them or for them by anyone is a real tribute and an honor. You know, it's humbling. The fact that it became a song that was known by the world is even overwhelming.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. And I think it's going to be neat that you'll be able to share some of these stories on the stage, right? You'll be able to take
Of
some
course.
breaks between the music.
Of course. We don't play straight through. You know, it's a great band. All on stage are Grammy-winning musicians and legendary players. Gary Malaber, who recorded those great records with Van Morrison in the '60s and '70s, and David Berard, who was with Dr. John for so many years, and Patti LaBelle, and my guitar player James Pennebaker, just wonderful players, and they'll go in any direction that I'm willing to take them, which is the most fun, you know, to keep it fresh every night and to throw in new songs and old songs.
Yeah, because it sounds like, some of Jim's songs, some of your songs, and then the different influences that you both had. So it should just be a great night of just all sorts of music. Should be such a great showcase of talent. And you guys are going to be on the road. It looks like you're kind of all over the place before you get to Colorado, anywhere from Louisiana, Rhode Island, and then moving west. So tell us about this tour that you're on right now.
Well, right now it's pretty much all over the map. Tomorrow I'm in Tulsa, and then next I'm flying to New Orleans, and then I'm up in the Northeast, and then back to the Midwest, and then over to you guys in Colorado, and it's pretty crazy. Starting in the fall, I'll be doing a 50th anniversary tour to celebrate my father's 2 albums. 3 albums, really. Don't Mess Around with Jim, Life and Times, and I Got a Name. And we'll play all of the songs that are from those albums and more. And so that tour in the fall will be a little bit more, it'll be a little bit more, I don't know, geographically correct, I should say.
Yeah. Not going to so many different time zones all over. Now, when you're not touring, what are you doing? Are you still getting ready and writing more songs? Like, how do you unplug?
Writing, playing, trying to exercise a bit every day, going on walks, reading, writing. I have an album that I'm recording in May, so been planning for that because it's a little hard to do when you're touring as much as I am.
Yeah.
And just kind of go from there.
Okay, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last question, any advice, anything that you know now that you would give to your younger self?
I think to not be quite so stubborn. I think I was pretty set in my ways when I was young, and I think had I been a little more open, I would have had more interesting experiences. Not that I haven't had a world of them, but you can always have more creative and wonderful experiences in this life.
Okay. Good advice. Good advice at any age, AJ. That's perfect. Okay. All right. Well, hey, we're going to let you go. I know you got your busy tour coming up. You're working on things for your album recording in May. So we want to thank you so much for your time. And we can't wait for you to see the Valar. It's such a beautiful venue. We're looking forward to it.
Take care. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yep. And this show is going to be on Wednesday, March 15th. Tickets still available, $38, 7 p.m. is showtime. So go to valarpac.org for more information.
We believe in the power of a live performance. We believe in making memories together. Join us as we celebrate 25 years of making moments that last a lifetime. Bringing concerts, comedy, Broadway, classical, dance, and family entertainment. in the heart of the Rocky Mountains in Beaver Creek Village. View the full lineup and get tickets today at villarpack.org.
Moet Vending for life's spontaneous, festive moments. Celebrate at the Grand Hyatt Vail.
Welcome to Nap Harvest. We are showcasing healthy habits, and you can start right here feeding your family healthy organic vegetables and fruits that are seasonal and local. They're all the way from Arizona with our wonderful, beautiful citrus fruits that we sneak across the border for. But don't forget our nap mushrooms, grown at 9,000 feet. Mushrooms are chock full of benefits for you. And then also the microgreens, also chock full of vitamins. Come see us at Nap Harvest in Eagle Ranch on Sylvan Lake Road next to Color Coffee. We're open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturdays and Sundays, 10 to 4.
Welcome back to Vail Valley Live. We've got some chat still going on. It's an active morning there. So Rodney Travis misses Coyote Cafe and Jeff Forbes. So that we checked out Coyote Cafe a little earlier with Meredith. So awesome après spot, Rodney. Totally agree. Maybe you'll get back out here and get to check it out again soon. So let's head back out, speaking of Beaver Creek, to Meredith, see where she has headed to and what's going on. Yeah, back by the lift. Looks like that line is filling up.
Oh yeah, and I need my sunglasses. It's getting bright out.
It's that weird brightness, right? Where it's overcast, but like all the reflection from the snow is just coming right back at you.
Right. So here's a live look. Definitely filling up. This is a powder day for sure, but luckily everyone really spreads out. You will see some lines at Beaver Creek, but it's never longer than 5 minutes. That's why we love Beaver Creek.
Totally.
There'll be some lines over in Vail too, but we're so lucky here that you can spread out. I mean, Vail's got 5,000 acres, so like it's just glorious, and you can really spread out. We're not seeing too much wind, so hopefully the back bowls should be open. Sometimes when it's too windy, the back bowls will close.
Yeah.
And then the front side gets really crowded when the back is not open. And it's been pretty windy so far this month, but not too much wind in the forecast. I think it's going to be one of those powder days that people are going to remember because it's not too cold. A lot of people are here again for spring break with their families. So it's going to be kind of iconic up there, people. If you're not skiing, maybe you should consider.
Absolutely. And how you were mentioning the lines, this is also a great day then to be checking on that Epic Mix app. That way you can start to see where the lines are and maybe adjust your plan a little bit to go where less people are on the mountain, because everywhere is going to be amazing with 8 and 9 inches of powder. There's not going to be a bad spot. So maybe following those shorter lines as you're picking your path.
Definitely. And speaking of the Epic Pass, I'm going to turn this way so I'm not directly in the sunlight. My eyes are getting sensitive. But the Epic Pass for the 23-24 season just went on sale. And it is increased by $68 from last year. So the first price you can get it for with the full non-restricted is $909. So you get 10 buddy passes with that. You can use it this summer. So consider buying your Epic Pass now for next year, which I know it's really ahead of the ball, but you get the best deal that way. So you can go to epicmix.com to get those prices. Yeah, you can also get the Epic Local Pass, which is significantly less, but there are some restrictions for days, some blackout days. So just keep that in mind as you're thinking about next season. I definitely am trying to figure out if now's the right time to buy the pass. So just wanted to give that warning. And next year too, they have a new technology coming out. So you'll load your ski pass on your phone, and then just by Bluetooth technology, they'll be able to scan your pass just via your phone. You won't even have to take it out. So that's pretty cool technology that's hitting the slopes new next year.
Absolutely. And hey, even if you don't live here, I think looking at that Epic Pass option, you saw they even have a 4-day pass option. It really brings the cost of your lift ticket down significantly. I was talking with some visitors about this, I think on a bus recently, and the price per day, if you don't plan ahead, it is a little bit more. And you can use that pass even if you're coming out for a week. A ski pass is actually a really awesome option. And then if you decide you loved it so much and you want to stay for longer or come back out a second time, you don't have to deal with adding those extra things on. So definitely take a look at those, even if you're planning ahead, and decide which one might be good. I can't wait to have it all on your phone too. I think that's such a great option.
I know, but we got plenty of time left in this season to enjoy, and it's going to be a great weekend. One other fun thing that's happening tonight is the Vail Yeti hockey. It's going to be their second night in a row. They played last night at the Dobson Ice Arena against the New York Fire Department, and they won. So another great opportunity to maybe see Vail Yeti hockey take another win. This is going to be at 7:45 this evening in Lions Head. Puck drop, 7:45. Tickets are $10 online, $15 at the door. And I heard it was a really good time last night. So maybe consider checking out Vail Yeti tonight.
Awesome. Yeah, I still have got to get myself to one of these games. There's always so much to choose from on the weekends, but we got to get myself there. Yeah, well,
definitely.
8:32 is the lift roll in behind you, Meredith?
Let's see. Oh, just now. Woo!
Awesome. All right. Well, if you haven't already gotten yourself ready, maybe getting yourself going and out the door, it's been a wonderful show. Meredith, thanks for joining us and bringing us all around Beaver Creek. And remember, we're here every day, so tune in tomorrow, 7:30 to 8:30. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on YouTube or on Channel 17. So lots of options. And thanks for everybody who participated and chatted in today. Really fun show. And we will see you here tomorrow back again on Vail Valley Live.
Let's go, Michaela! Woo!